All right. Weekend is up. The last weekend before my birthday. Hell yeah. But I had two movies that I wanted to go over, and each one was great but flawed. Real quick, if you like my content on here, give me a follow and subscribe to me on YouTube, where I am posting these videos as well. The first movie I watched this weekend was The Adam Project, a Netflix original sci-fi movie starring Ryan Reynolds and Walker Scobell as Adam. Ryan Reynolds plays Adam from the future, goes back in time to try and prevent time travel from existing, winds up in the wrong year, running into Walker Scobell, who is younger Adam. Meanwhile, they are being hunted by a villain from the future, and have to connect with their father, played by Mark Ruffalo, to stop this. Before I get into the negatives, there are quite a few positives. First off, Ryan Reynolds and Walker Scobell play off each other so unbelievably well. As Adam, Mark Ruffalo does a fantastic job as their father, and the effects are genuinely really good throughout much of the film. That being said, the comedy does miss at a, at a few moments. The effects on the final issue that the heroes have to deal with kind of comes off as a little janky. And as for the main villain, probably one of the more forgettable antagonists in a Ryan Reynolds movie. That being said, it is still a worthwhile movie, especially if you're looking for some humor and some heart. The writing's not going to blow you away. The action scenes definitely are, but it is a fun movie with a lot of heart. And with that, I give it an 8. Now, this Best Picture winner, on the other hand, the writing is very Coen Brothers, and it works all the way through. Almost all the way through, let me rephrase. For those who somehow have never seen or heard of this movie, spoiler alert, Josh Brolin's character discovers a suitcase full of money and takes it after witnessing a deal gone bad. Javier Bardem's character is trying to retrieve it and is very much intent on killing Brolin. Meanwhile, Tommy Lee Jones is a sheriff who is trying to track down Brolin while also trying to avoid running into Bardem. Like I said, the Coen brothers very clearly put every bit of soul into this movie. It is a very tense and stressful Western. And I think one of my favorite things about it is how very little of it has any music or musical cues. And I feel like that was done with the intent of keeping you on edge throughout the entire film. And it succeeded. Javier Bardem's win for Best Supporting Actor makes sense. He, with very little dialogue, he was just terrifying. Brolin really made you feel like what he did was wrong, but you can still see yourself making that same mistake. And Jones was doing what he does best and playing a grizzled old sheriff in such a phenomenal way that it feels very different from many of his other roles. I just have one issue, and that is the ending. Yes, I know the ending is very polarizing amongst many people who have seen this movie. For me, it is a combination of the ambiguity of Bardem's story conclusion with the anticlimax of Jones's climax. I feel like even if you put just one in there, it would have still felt underwhelming of an ending. With how excellent this movie was for the majority of the film, the ending left me not very excited, or the ending lost me. It lost me when Bardem walked out of the house at the end. The ending alone gave it another 8 for the weekend. Again, these are my opinions. If you don't like them, whatever. Do not be a dick about it. That, however, I really enjoyed both these movies. They just had flaws that brought them down a few points. That's like most movies. Hell, even some of the movies I've given 10s to have flaws. I'm saying this now because I've been told that I'm just giving a quick opinion and saying best movie, worst movie, here, there. When I'm just saying I'm trying to be good at movie reviews. So, with that being said, I hope you understood my reviews of these movies. You paid attention to all the positives and negatives I gave about both. And I will see you next weekend. As always, y'all stay interesting.